All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're taking a look at a really fascinating resource called Brains and Breakthroughs. It's basically a curated library of academic research that promises to tackle some of the biggest questions out there in business and leadership. So, does this feel familiar to you? You're just constantly buried under new articles, endless hot takes, and what feels like the next big thing in management theory every single week. It's almost impossible to figure out what's actually worthwhile and what's just, hype. And this really gets to the heart of the problem today, just trying to find your way through this massive landscape of information. Yeah, this is the core challenge, isn't it? Trying to find one genuinely brilliant, research-backed idea can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack made of opinions and clickbait. Separating that signal from all the noise, it's not just hard, it can feel like a full-time job. So what if that full-time job was already done for you? I mean, that's pretty much the entire idea behind the resource we're exploring today. So what is Brains and Breakthroughs? Well, at its core, it's a digital library, an ebook of academic papers. But the key here isn't just what's in it, it's how it's all put together. The goal is all about curation and making it easy to access, to just remove that barrier between your curiosity and a really solid, credible answer. And the creators don't just call it a collection, they specifically call it a beacon. I think that word choice is so important. It's meant to be a guiding light, something to cut through the fog of information and lead people, whether they're researchers, students, or professionals, straight to what actually matters. Okay, so let's pop the hood and see what's inside. What do you actually get in this trove of research? First, let's just talk about the scale here. The collection has over 600 individual research papers. But honestly, that's not even the most important part. This is. Every single one of them is open source. And that means no paywalls, no subscriptions. For anyone who's ever gotten excited about a study title only to hit a brick wall asking for your credit card, this is a huge deal. This is direct, unfiltered access to knowledge. And the collection is really focused. It zeroes in on 4 critical areas: business, governance, management, and leadership. So, for example, you might dig into the management section and find research that completely debunks a common myth about productivity and then gives you data-backed alternatives. It's a really comprehensive look at what makes organizations tick. So, with all this talk of academic papers and research, you might be wondering, who is this actually for? Well, here's the thing. Even though it's built on a foundation of really rigorous academic work, its appeal is meant to be universal. The whole idea is to bridge that gap that so often exists between academia and the real world, making these powerful, complex ideas accessible to pretty much everyone. And you can totally see how this benefits everyone. If you're a researcher, it's a gold mine. If you're a student, you've got incredible source material. If you're a professional, you can literally apply these strategies with your team. And hey, if you're just a curious person who likes to learn, it's a fantastic way to better understand the world. It really creates this whole ecosystem of learning. So what's the ultimate promise here? What's the real takeaway when you dive into something like this? The goal is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly profound: to help you emerge enlightened. The idea is that you don't just leave with a bunch of new facts in your head. You leave with a deeper understanding, connecting ideas in new ways and, hopefully, gaining a whole new perspective on how business and management actually work. And that kind of leaves us with one last big question to think about. We always think of breakthroughs as some new invention or a groundbreaking discovery. But in an age where we're literally drowning in information, maybe the real breakthrough is just clarity. Perhaps the most powerful tool we have now is expert curation. What do you think? It's definitely something to chew on. Thanks for tuning in.